you find yourselves now on the motorboat from the Delilah. You had actually last time made it all the way to the Greenland Tropisch, or Groenland Tropisch, known as a reefer. Known as a reefer for the fact that it is a refrigerated cargo vessel. So the type of cargo vessel that would carry foodstuffs, perishables, things that need to be refrigerated. It's quite evident. I'm going to have everybody at this point start off with a spot hidden roll, but not for the reasons you might think. And before getting on the motorboat to head towards the looks like either abandoned ship or ship in peril, you all donned kind of wetsuits, these kind of nautical suits to keep you warm in frigid water environments and stuff like that, because, going in a small little motorboat as you're heading out towards it, and it could be rather treacherous if you were just to go in your regular clothes. So the boat was already prepared with the type of suits and gear that you would need to basically be in the water, scuba diving, or heading out. And so while in the motorboat, and as you are approaching, I'm taking a look at successes. And I'm going to say, Charles, you're wearing that very fancy diving watch that you got from your father.
Yes.
The one with the very nice silver bracelet, and it is somewhat important to you, and it is a very expensive, very fancy watch. I'm going to say both you and Daniel just notice that Matthew is also wearing a very similar type of diving watch, also with a very nice silver band. You don't know if he bought it because he wants to emulate what you're wearing or not, but it is quite an expensive timepiece, and you know that he is into diving. So it's not unusual that he would wear that type of equipment or own that type of equipment, but it's a rather expensive timepiece for somebody that would owe you that amount of money. And while you might be irked a bit at the fact that lavish extravagance was purchased when he owes you that much money, you also don't know if there's kind of like he wanted to be a little bit more like you, and so he bought a watch that was one that was similar to what you would be wearing. And that's what you guys notice on the ship, on the boat.
Charles did catch Matthew in his cabin a little earlier. So Charles is definitely wearing his watch, right?
You are definitely wearing your watch. That's yes.
Calling me a thief?
Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting. Yeah. I perhaps my kind of eyes kind of linger on that for a few seconds. Kind of. I've never seen him wear a watch like that before, have I?
I don't think you would have if he did wear it before. You didn't notice it before, so you're not sure.
He may have worn it on the boat, but I mean, I'm just thinking I don't recall him ever owning a watch like that before. And
perhaps not from the last time, or perhaps you just didn't notice it until now, or now that he's been owing you money for so long, maybe you're just picking up and noticing these like little things. I mean, it's quite possible he's had it for years.
Yeah, okay.
But
so I distract myself, and I kind of shout across to Danny. Hey, Danny, you know any salvage law specialists? I got a sneaky feeling we might be needing one in the near future.
I can look them up. I don't exactly have my Rolodex with me, but we are I believe we are in international waters, are we?
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
In the Arctic Ocean or whatever.
100%.
Yeah, we should have a look to see if there's anyone who needs aid.
Yeah.
100%. And so that the other thing that you would know then is that according to the Geneva Convention, when at sea, you are obligated to render assistance to any person found at sea in danger of being lost, proceed with all possible speed to the rescue of persons in distress, if informed of their need of assistance, insofar as such action may be reasonably expected, and after a collision, render assistance to other ships, its crew, and passengers. So that is according to the Geneva Convention on the high seas. But yes, there are also laws that have to do with salvage rights. And basically, the way salvage rights work is that if a ship is found to have been abandoned, meaning it's not currently undergoing any operations, conducted to recover cargo or the ship, then anybody who does find it is eligible to claim, and obviously if they can bring it back to port or get it back to port, they are eligible to claim the value of the ship as well as the value of the cargo found in the ship, as long as there are no current rescue attempts or other salvage attempts underway. Then it is considered abandoned, and that's where salvage rights will come in. And as you approached the ship, I'll just place the picture again on screen. You should already have this under images, that under P, but you can take a look at the ship, and what you'll notice is that it looks like it's kind of stuck a bit on a little bit of a one of the icebergs that are there. The side that you see is kind of more towards the water than the iceberg. It doesn't look to you as if it's sustained major damage from where you are, other than the fact that you could see that of the 3 cranes, the crane that is on the bow looks like it sustained heavy damage. You could see that it's kind of maybe hanging listlessly on the side, where the other 2 cranes look like they're intact. If there was indeed some collision of the ship, that the front crane, the one more towards the bow, seemed to sustain the most amount of damage. Towards the stern of the ship, which is where you guys are with your ship, you'll notice that in the photo, it looks like there is an area where a lifeboat would be, and the lines seem to go all the way down into the water, giving an indication that the lifeboat has been launched. That in this photo is perhaps foreshadowing, because what you actually see over there is that the lifeboat is indeed in its place, and there are no lines going down. The lifeboat is intact on that side.
Okay. I guess Charles' heart might sink a little bit, thinking that maybe there's still crew on board.
How did you get this tip again?
It's from a friend.
The reason that someone knew this boat was here, didn't render any aid or investigation, and then told someone else about it.
Yeah. I don't want to say because it will sound a bit lame.
Is it your mum?
It was.
What makes you say that?
Do we know where the ship originated from? What nationality? Do we know?
England?
We got any information?
Groenland Tropish.
Yes. So, you would know that perhaps, inside one of the offices, command deck, maybe the ship's captain's cabin. You might find registry information and documentation. But
we're at the stern of the ship, right? Because I know that sometimes they might have it on the stern of the ship. This one doesn't. Does it not have a country of registration on it? If it doesn't, that's fine. I mean, I don't know if all ships have it, but
Um, yeah, I think that if it does, the language might be a little bit difficult to see,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, I think it's safe that you would assume Greenland as
Groenland would.
as the country of origin for this ship. Ships also sometimes change ownership back and forth and registry information. But should you find a log inside, then yes, you can find out. I mean, of course, you're going to want to know who to claim the salvage right income from. So, that would be something that you would probably be looking out for when you explore the ship. And
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're going there now to try to find survivors and render aid.
Oh
in
yeah,
case
yeah,
everybody-
that's what we're doing.
Does it look like there's anywhere we can moor up and climb up on board?
Yes, and
How
for
cool the
that,
ship's gonna be.
and for ease of navigation, I'm going to share with you a map that we will refer to now, which is, if you'll notice, and again, all the information at the bottom of the ship you will get when you start to explore it. So, you don't have to be afraid to look at that information. That is information that you're going to see. In fact, now you'll know that when you find the registry, you'll see that it is the Netherlands. But the reason for bringing this this map up is if we take a look at the deck level on the starboard side, which is the side that you're on, right near a little word that says light boat, you're going to see that there's a staircase that heads up to the ship. And tying off
Yeah.
your boat somewhere close by, would allow you to gain access to that staircase and climb up pretty easily.
The
What I
gangway.
will mention
Yeah.
is that everything on the ship is rather quiet. You don't hear sounds of engines or motors. You don't see any lights on anywhere. The only light that you can see now is whatever light daylight is providing. But all the cabins, all the windows, everything that you could see is rather dark.
What time is it? How many hours of daylight have we got left?
I believe it was just past lunch, so you didn't have to worry too much about daylight nor about a meal time, because I believe you finished your lunch prior to heading out. And so somebody can remind me if I'm mistaken, but I believe that's.
Yeah, I think you're right. So other than the crane, the ship looks to be intact.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of listing to one side, but that's simply because of how, from your perspective, you could see that it is landed on the on this iceberg.
Hmm.
At least that gangway comes out near with the bridge.
So
I hope
does
they
that
find something there on what they
So
about the ship itself.
yes, so that where that comes is actually straight towards a superstructure. So above the main deck towards the stern, you could definitely see a at least 3-4 levels of construction of some sort of house, the superstructure of the ship. That would house not only the bridge but crew quarters and mess halls and everything else.
So does the gangway need to be lowered before we can get onto the ship, or?
Easy enough for you to have found a way to do so.
Okay.
There's no great challenge getting onto the ship. There's nothing preventing you from doing so. It's very very easy access to come down.
Is it worth manoeuvring the motorboat around the other side, so just to check there's no gashes through? The hole's not been compromised. Don't want to get on the ship and then suddenly find it's taking on loads of water.
Right. So, where you have done that before, and that's completely reasonable to do, you would see that that you can't really go around the ship. But if you go to the stern towards the port as much as you can, you could just see that it's kind of wedged up against the side of the of this large iceberg. And again, you wouldn't see any. I mean, maybe you'd find the hull has been scraped,
Yeah.
but you don't see. It doesn't look like it's taking on water, or you don't see any holes from where you are. I mean, maybe underneath there might be some damage that you can't see, but all in all, the ship looks pretty intact from where you are and from what you can see from stern and starboard.
So let's all
by the way,
split up and investigate.
That's an excellent idea.
Oh, that's handy.
Left, right, forward, back. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's just like make it a little easier. So yeah, we're going to use as you climb up. We're going to use this the first map that I showed you, and again, you still have the superstructure. So on top, it'll show level 1, level 2, up through level 5, in addition to the cranes. But we're going to place everybody onto the deck of the deck level. And from there, then you can decide exactly where you would like to go first and how you want to explore. So I'm gonna stop talking for a minute and leave it up for the players. The setting is you are on the deck of the ship.
There's
It
no
is
I try and
extremely
find out where the
quiet.
con is. Just somewhere where they're likely to have documentation or whatever for what.
Maybe the bridge strip.
Yeah.
Support
The big,
code.
Yeah.
the big communications room, weren't there?
We'll have the
Yeah.
the
Well, there's a
cargo
whole mess of
manifest.
buildings in there, but yeah, I'll be in there somewhere.
Okay,
Find it.
and so for that, it sounds to me like people are going to be heading up towards the superstructure. So I'll share with you a second map. Again, this will have basically the layout of it. Again, this is stuff that you will have been familiar with once you start exploring around. So the question will be, how do you want to proceed? Now, I believe that Liz and Ashley have decided to stay on the ship, on the motorboat, just in case, to make sure that it's all there. So they're going to be there, yakking and talking. And believe me, that is a conversation I would love to be a fly on the wall for. And maybe we'll have a fourth session where we could just role play that out, because I think it would be fun. But in the meantime, all the men have gone aboard the ship. Where would you like to begin?
I think that first room on the right.
Okay, so level.
Level 1.
Okay, so as
Actually,
you
the first room we'd find. Oh, it's on the game click on the other side.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things that we probably want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we can check the supply situation, see whether anybody's aboard has been eating any of the food that's here, maybe.
Yeah.
See if any radio messages had been sent.
Just gonna check open doors as we pass them as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We just kind of. I mean, we're.
Send Matthew to the beer room.
there's a beer room.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is as you guys have come up the gangway, and you've decided that you're going to head first to the superstructure, heading towards level 1. The first thing that you notice on the ship is that the doorway this would be the doorway between something called dairy and then room 3. You have a little you have an entranceway there.
Yeah.
You would notice that there would normally have been a door there. You know, the type of big metal doors
Like a
that
bulkhead
ships
door. Yeah.
Yeah, a bulkhead door, exactly. It looks like that bulkhead door is completely missing. You could see that the hinge, the area where the hinge is, it looks like there's been some twisting, and there's exposed metal from the door having been wrenched free. But the door is nowhere to be found. You're not sure if that could have happened based on impact. If maybe when the ship came, if that door was open, it banged against the metal part of the structure of the ship and then flew off or something. That's completely missing. And looking straight down the hallway is dark. There are no lights anywhere, but there is light coming from the other side, where you could see that the entranceway looks like it's open, but also partially blocked. And from what you can see from your vantage point, it looks like the door, the bulkhead door on the other side is still there, but it looks like the bulkhead door has been twisted off the top hinge, and it's now resting kind of on the floor at, partially still held in place by the bottom hinge, but twisted.
Someone's beaten us to it. Right, let's go.
There's like, pirates maybe?
I wonder why would they rip the door off?
Yeah, that seems...
And where is it?
In the water somewhere, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe the door was left open in bad weather or something, and
There's no sign of a explosion or anything like that.
Well, you can go ahead and make me a spot hidden roll if you like.
okay.
Wait, I've buried my character sheet. 1 second. Oh, there it is.
Want us all to roll? Is it?
Yes, you all.
You can roll.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
Oh my god, my rolls.
It's if you find that it looks like there have been drag marks, like kind of, we'll say, the ship is kind of encrusted over a bit with a thin layer of ice, and it looks like definitely that there have been drag marks, but not far from this door. As you're searching around and you're looking at the where the door could be, which way it could have gone if it was dragged, if that was part of the drag marks, you find a severed hand.
Oh, lovely.
The hand of a person. Now, there's not, it's frozen, it's intact, but and this is Dennis, who had found it. And in fact, because of the difference, Dennis and Daniel would have both found it at the same time. And if either of you or anybody who you call attention to the fact that there's a severed hand is medically inclined, you can go ahead and make a medicine check.
Does it look severed, like cut or torn?
That sounds to me like a medicine check.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll just pass that to Dan.
Have a hand?
I have no medical training.
Let me give you a hand.
Yeah, I have no medical training, so I might. There's a 1% chance I'll succeed.
All right, or you can make an intelligence roll as well. Again, the way to do the reason for doing any skill check is for the potential of doing better, but you can also make an intelligence roll on it.
That's easier.
All right. Anybody else giving it a shot?
No, I'm gonna. Is the corridor is the corridor iced up? Does it look like the sort of ice has encroached on the inside, or is it still free from ice? I mean, with these doors open, if it's been
No, it's not free from ice at all. It would be, it would be actually. It's quite cold. It doesn't look like any of the heating has been on in this structure for a long time. So you're going to be noticing that, from the moisture in the air and the temperatures out at sea, that definitely there is going to be, a thin layer of ice all around.
So there's a very visible sign of like ice in the corridor. Then.
Yes,
Yeah.
or at least a thin film of icy, slippery substance. And your intelligence check is, it doesn't look like it's been severed. It definitely looks more like it's been bitten off, as if maybe a shark,
Like animal or
bit off this.
Yes, polar bears.
Yeah, and I guess is it as frozen as the rest of the room?
Yeah,
Is it?
It's pretty. I mean, you do notice like flecks of blood, little drops of blood on the deck floor. We'll say that this is more towards the stern of the area. That's where you would have around that area found it as you're searching. Where did the door go? Where did the drag marks lead? That's what you find there prior to going and entering into level 1 of the structure.
Do you want this, Charles? I'll offer him my shotgun. It might be. I can't use 2 guns at once.
Sure.
And I'll give me half a dozen shells that I've got left as well. And
Cool.
I shall unholster my pistol.
Yeah, that's right. Remind me, you started off with 100 shells, and then how many did we have left?
There's only half a dozen left.
About something like that.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. They fell overboard.
Right.
It was.
I still have a full case of shells for my revolver though.
Yeah, but many skeets did live to tell another tale, like that day. Even if they did go swimming in the ocean.
Yeah. For some reason, our wallets are a little bit lighter.
Yes.
This is where you find out the ship is transporting some like black market animal cargo or something.
And
Refrigerated?
as you're entering,
Well, it's
the
refrigerated now.
The other issue to ask about is light, because you notice that inside the corridors are quite dark, especially since there are no windows. There's only those 2 openings where the bulkhead doors are. So that's providing a little bit of light to go in, but otherwise it's going to be rather dark as you enter, unless of course you open up doors of cabins that have windows. Or
I'll go back to
in
the yacht and get us some torches.
See you in an hour or so.
Yeah,
Yeah, here, take this with you.
Yeah. Well, I don't
I mean,
suppose
you
found
still
a
have your cell
flashlight.
phones.
Yeah, I've got my phone. I'll just turn everything else off. Shut everything.
Yeah. Lend the
Shut
ladies a hand.
Shut everything down so the torch is the only drain on the battery.
All right. Okay. So you're.
I'm not going to turn it on yet. So
Okay.
the
Fair enough.
hand, would we think it was a male's hand? No,
Yes,
like nail varnish on it or anything like that? No rings?
No,
Oh yeah.
no, it looks like a male hand.
Is somebody going to keep that then?
I mean, we can pass it to the ladies on the boat. They can keep it
Yeah.
if anyone wants it. Like,
Yes.
Throw it
Toss
to
it.
them.
what are they gonna do? Fingerprint?
I mean, I know it's been frozen and all, but I don't think that the owner's going to be really needing it.
Mhm.
It's frozen. He might be able to put it back on.
I mean, it's 2009.
Probably not.
I don't know when they did the first hand transplant.
Uh-huh.
Find the body that the hand was attached to.
Well,
when
that's the
did
other
they
thing,
first,
right?
start cloning sheep? Maybe,
Oh,
the
yeah.
technology exists.
Yeah.
To take
Oh,
the
wait, we
DNA.
can-
Your
Clone-
mysterious friend that gave you the tip, he didn't have one hand, did he?
No, I told you it was my mum.
So one-handed then. Okay.
No, she's not one-handed. She's one-eyed.
So, from the door that's missing,
Yes.
see down that corridor to the door that's been like, ripped off or crumpled. So
Twisted, yes.
that main corridor, there'll be like a bit of light, won't they? We can see.
Correct.
So, are we to go down the corridor from the missing door?
That's currently the side that you're on, yes.
Just
Yeah,
make
let's
his
just
way.
check these rooms as we go
Yeah.
along.
We need
check
to. We
the-
need to check every room, don't we? We need to make sure there's
Well, if there's any
if
survivors.
there's anybody here,
Or
yeah,
supplies.
Because if there is,
whatever is
then
left in
bang
that
goes
mine.
our salvage claim.
or even some torches.
I think we really
well-
should head to the main stairs to get up to the bridge.
Well, as you do that and you pass by room 3, you'll notice right away that the door to that area is open, and inside you could see. Share the picture of what you see. You see a dining room, but it looks like it has been turned over upside down. The tables are all turned on the side. It looks like there's a pile of furniture just to the right side of the door. Sorry,
Sure.
that is it. Looks like it was moved aside, almost as if it was like
Barricade,
made
right?
for the barricade. Yes. You see that the other tables are bent, twisted around and covered in blood, and you also see tracks of blood, frozen, stretching across the floor.
Track. Like footprint.
Tracks like.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah?
This is suddenly got a bit serious, hasn't it?
Yeah. Can
You know, it probably when it crashed, there were probably a lot of people in this room eating, and nobody expected it, and so probably a lot of people got hurt here and then.
Is
Yeah.
that?
Quickly built a barricade.
Yeah, I presume that picture's an accurate representation of what the room looks like.
Yeah, reasonably.
tomato sauce. That's what it is.
There was some,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there's
All
a-
the
there's a
furniture
plate
was
of
thrown
leftover
to one
chicken wings.
side.
Yeah, if anybody's peckish.
Hey,
Can I
look.
pick up that chair leg?
Yes, you can.
Now there's quite a lot of blood here. What I mean,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that is a kind of the amount of blood might be representative of somebody having their hand removed forcibly. Or does it look like there might be a little bit more than a single person might have inside them?
It certainly looks like a potentially fatal amount of blood loss.
That's
it
what I'm-
does definitely look like more than one person could have been in here at the time of the accident or the impact.
Well, you think maybe the door slammed on their hand and cut the damn thing off? Maybe.
Oh, well, you're asking the other players,
I'm
not the
asking,
GM.
I'm asking the other players because.
I mean, there's that blood on the door for. There's quite a lot of blood on the door for him, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean that would make sense, right? I mean, where the hell's the rest of the body though? That maybe he crawled away somewhere.
It's more
Is there a
case of-
trail of blood?
Trail of
Or is
blood.
all
Isn't
the
there?
blood just in this room?
There's plenty of potential hiding spaces in places in here, so might be worth having a poke around.
Okay. Look, we
After
gotta.
you.
I mean, look, if we can get to, like the captain's cabin or maybe the radio room, or maybe we can find some information about what happened here. Maybe they did send a distress signal. Who knows?
Aren't we supposed to be looking for potential survivors first? I mean, if this is any indication what's been going off, then there could be people here that are in desperate need of help. if there's anybody left alive on the ship at all.
Gotcha.
Maybe-
Right.
Maybe heading up to the map room is.
Have we got any
Respect.
idea how many crew would have been on a ship like this? I mean, would we have any idea? I mean, Mac used to be in the Navy. Would he have that kind of knowledge? Maybe.
Yeah, you can roll a. I think Matt has one of those skills. It would be nautical.
I got pilot boat. Would that be of any use? I don't know what else I'd think.
Well, I used to be in the Navy.
Can
Yeah.
throw a football if that's an issue.
Sure, go ahead.
Throw a football. Go
Why
ahead. Just because you can. Yeah. Is there a particular skill that would be useful, kind of maybe to figure out?
I think navigate. I think the navigate boat stuff. I will try that. There was
Navigate or pilot?
This is what Matt has.
And now I've
I used to be I'm ex Navy at one point.
Right. You know what?
Maybe an idea roll or something like that.
I would even think diving. You know, you've been on different ships, and then for the fact that you go diving and stuff, maybe.
got 30% diving.
So if I go for navigate, yeah, would that?
No.
Or pilot
diving
boat.
is fine. 'Cause it'll be something related. Or if you don't want to roll, and you just want to roll general intelligence.
Oh.
Probably
Go ahead
not much
and-
better for Matt. He's not the brightest.
Intelligence. Oh,
I've got the same. It's 30% intelligence. Oh my god. It's a proper football jock.
oh, we do have education, which has the no roll. Would that be of any?
Oh, yeah, you could try that as
Yeah,
well, for sure.
Yeah.
But not much better in my case.
I'm gonna.
75.
Well,
I'm gonna
that's
know
quite good.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you think probably 12 to 24 people, crew.
Okay.
You would expect around that amount.
And all the lifeboats are here.
Well, you saw one lifeboat.
Yeah, I suppose there could be one on the other side that we didn't get to, the one that's up against the iceberg, right? We may not.
You know what? Why don't we say that when you were at the stern, and go ahead make a luck roll.
Uh-oh. I don't think I'm that lucky. Nah.
No. You know, when you were on the other side, you were really looking along the hull to see if there was any damage, if it looked like there was water coming in. So you didn't kind of pay attention to whether the other
all I've
lifeboat
got to
would be
do
on the other
is
side.
walk right through this corridor to the opposite side and look out of the door, haven't I?
I tell you, and it is gone.
Okay, so one of them. So one of the lifeboats.
Was lost or taken.
Nah, they must have used it, right? I mean, they must have used it.
Yeah, the lines are deployed down. You could use the lines to perhaps climb. I mean, they'd probably be very slippery, but it is a way to get up to the 4th level.
I mean, the weird thing would be that obviously they used it before this ship hit the iceberg, because otherwise they'd have used the other side, right? It was ocean facing.
Yeah.
Maybe they just lost power. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, maybe they're just all freezing inside somewhere because they have no heat.
Hmm.
Well, I'm going to get my I've got my trusty cricket bat with me as well. I'm going to get my cricket bat and use it to poke around. I'm going to start searching through this room, poking around. Got my gun in one hand, trusty cricket bat for poking around.
Okay, so I have We have Mac that's more on the port side looking around, and the rest are somewhere between room 3 and elsewhere. So where would who is curious about moving to something else?
On my own.
Oh,
Do it.
I should stick
No.
together.
Who wants to go and have a look in room 2?
room 2 is very easy. It's a galley kitchen. So you can see that there's a large assortment here of pots and pans and other cooking paraphernalia. You could see that there is currently food sitting inside of large pots of unlit stoves, but it's cold and kind of iced over. One of the pots looks like it's been overturned, and it looks like there's again, it's all very cold, but probably, potatoes and carrots and chunks of meat inside, all frozen and pooled on the floor. There's, all sorts of kitchen implements over there, and knives all scattered about. And go ahead and make a spot hidden.
I retrieve the biggest kitchen knife possible.
Okay. So you have a big kitchen knife, and somebody has a chair leg.
Got both.
He's got a chair leg and a kitchen
And
knife.
a kitchen knife, okay.
Yeah.
And a switchblade.
He's tooling up.
Uh-huh.
His nephew.
A spot hidden. Failed every roll so far. Oh, success.
Well, success. So, you do notice a first aid kit in the corner. There, indicated by the plus sign. So, anytime you guys pass by something that has a plus sign, that is a first aid kit. And lucky enough, inside you do find a flashlight that works.
Hey. I will take that.
Because otherwise, it's really dark.
And then I will rejoin with the nearest person.
Okay. And general direction.
I want to head to the stairs, but everybody's wanting to look for survivors. Here's a thought. Shall we shout?
Yes.
Hello?
Let it all out.
Shall we do that? Or do we think that might be a bad idea because we don't know who's on the...
No, I think that would make perfect sense to do.
Yeah.
Can't be-
Especially while you're off on your own.
Can't be pirates on the ship because there'd be a ship outside, wouldn't there, somewhere?
Yeah,
They've
another
obviously
ship.
gone. So yeah, I'll shout as loud as I can. Is there anybody there?
All right, go ahead. Make me a nice Constitution roll here. We'll see how loud you are, how far your voice is going to resonate.
Get
Hello, anyone.
somebody's attention. Double click, Jonathan.
And you're perfect. You just shout out at the perfect place, like right in that corridor that go up the stairs, like where the stairs lead to. Is anybody here? And your voice is reverberating back. You can kind of hear, maybe a little bit of an echo of the after effect of you screaming out. But otherwise, everything is deathly quiet. You pause for a few minutes, and you don't hear anything in return.
Nobody's home.
Nobody's responding.
Answer. Well, something.
So,
Your
yeah,
response is a bit more reassuring than a response.
they're coming running down the stairs. Oops.
Exactly.
So yeah, I do want to go up the stairs, but what's everybody
Yeah.
else doing? Come on, people, what are you doing?
Checking this first room.
Outside, looking at the lifeboat.
First room 1, you go in and you find that it's very similar.
No, sorry. The third room, the one with all the is it number 3?
Oh, yeah, the
dining
best
room,
mess hall. Yeah.
yeah, that's all
Ah,
the blood, with the blood,
Yeah.
the blood trail, and
yeah, you can make a spot hidden if you like, but
or not.
yeah, no, it's pretty much as advertised. Yeah, I mean, you see it's in disarray. It's consistent with what would happen to a room with furniture that isn't bolted down when the large impact would happen.
Okay. There's
The
no.
rate this is going, we're gonna fail all the spot checks. Like, there's nothing here, and then we can just go home.
Okay.
So no, don't see the source of this blood trail then. Obviously not.
No,
Go
the
with that
blood
rule.
is pretty much concentrated inside of here. Again, every now and then you would see like on the outside of the ship you saw flecks of blood. I mean there has been some sort of major accident that has happened on here on the ship, obviously. But no, this room looks like there would probably have been quite a few people in here at the time of the impact, let's say.
Yeah, I'll go and join everybody else and go out into the main corridor.
Yeah. So I guess I come wandering in at that point. Yeah. Portside lifeboat's missing.
Maybe someone got out
Yeah.
before whatever happened.
Oh, well, at least we've got one if we need it.
I mean, hopefully we'll never need it, given we have our own boat.
In that room too that I went in, there's like a
Yeah.
separate little room. Did I go in there as well?
It's just a storage for different foodstuffs. It's shelves. It's inside the main room is where you would have the ovens and then the stoves and the fridge and
It's the
a couple
pantry.
of microwaves.
Pantry, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I've obviously you've heard me shout, not heard it. Nobody's replied. Are we on looking down here? Should we go upstairs? And shout when we get upstairs. They keep shouting.
Yeah.
How do you get into the?
I don't think it's big enough that they wouldn't have heard you, but let's just push on.
How do you
Okay.
get into the
How about-
cargo hold?
Might be easier from the top down rather than going with all these side rooms.
That'll be lower down. That would be.
But
below.
where's the entrance to the cargo deck?
It's there's some stairs going down there in the by, just to the left of where we first came in, isn't there?
So the staircase going up from inside the structure as you're holding your cell phone light or the flashlight at this point, you would see would be between the two 13s. Okay, so in the middle there you would have a column going up. And at that door, at the end of the corridor, you see a yellow triangle on the doorway with the letters CO and then 2 underneath the O in smaller script.
Like CO2, like
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Part of the refrigeration or something, maybe?
So
I mean, why don't you guys take a look down here and maybe Dodge and I can head up to the higher levels and we can see if we can find the radio room or captain's cabin or something. What do you say?
don't leave me with Charles.
I think we should all stick together until we have a clearer
yeah,
idea of what we're dealing with.
Yeah, I don't think we're not going below decks at the minute, do we? Surely.
There's nobody here, man. Yeah, anybody that was here is dead or they've gone away on that lifeboat.
So down from here is the cargo hold. So the stairs going down, stairs going up.
No, there are no. I don't from here. Let's see.
So you've got two 13 rooms, and then you've got like two sets of stairs.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So Yeah, if we take a look at the map, then we
Oh yeah,
should.
they are going up those onto level 2, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, but the question is the other ones. Is there something going down? And there are several ways to go down, and
Because
will
this is like the back end of the ship, isn't it? Like
Correct.
building up to the bridge, but the cargo there'll be like a central entrance
Yeah.
as well, won't there, where the cranes put stuff in them?
Yeah.
correct. So you know what? Yes. So definitely one of these staircases. Let's say that the staircase is because if we look at level 2.
I think the north one is up, and then the south one is down.
Yeah, that's
Just by the amount of black space on it.
Yes, so it's actually correct, but not coming down. It's because if you notice, level 2 also has 2 sides of the staircase,
yeah, it does. Yeah.
and
Both-
so
both
does
in the boat
level.
middle, aren't they?
Yeah, so it looks like level 1 and level 2 there are 2 ways to get up, and then towards level 3, it is through the double staircase. So both those staircases go up from here, not down into the cargo hold.
So let's go up
Yeah.
the bridge.
Yeah, we start from the top and work our way down.
Entrance to the hold must just be on the main deck, just through the like you said, where the lift things in and out by the cranes.
I mean, if we're going to find the ship's log, it's going to tell us what cargo's there anyway, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. As you guys, so you're heading up to level 2. It's getting darker here because again, now you don't have the lights from the doorways on the main floor, and definitely inside here in the center of the ship, there is no light whatsoever. So if you're happy with 2 people that have the flashlights, that's absolutely fine. It's enough illumination for you guys to get up, but it is rather dark. I would say that anybody who is doing spot hidden rolls without a light, it'll be at disadvantage.
Flashlight and a meat knife.
So who's got the other flashlight? So Matt's got one, and I've got my phone.
Your phone, yeah. I think that were the only 2 lights we got, right?
Well, everybody would have cell phones, I'm assuming, but that's up to you. I think some of them are even in your
Yeah, mine's
Yeah.
in my inventory.
in your inventory that
Yeah.
will already say you have, if you do, for sure. So as you guys get up to level 2, then you see
yeah.
that you have the double staircase. That'll bring you up to level 3.
I got knife in.
Yeah, me too. God damn it.
It's dirty.
Are we to shout again?
Yeah, why not?
So
Get it all out.
shout again.
Sure. I'm gonna say you shout. You're here clearly around if you want to. Nobody is responding from level 2.
Mm.
I mean, this ship's a deep freeze, man.
Oh, very much so.
Nobody's going to be left alive here, right?
If there's
Yeah,
no heating on board now, this brother's probably frozen to death by now. Unless
Yeah.
they find somewhere to keep warm.
Did you see if anybody been at the supplies? Anybody?
Then let me check this.
Well, that first one was just a mess, so no, there's no sign of any supplies in there anyway.
I mean, and I'm just saying. I guess is it kind of like thin layers of kind of frost everywhere and inside the ship as well.
Yes.
So I'm figuring. Would we be leaving footprints in that as we walk through?
No, I'm gonna say that it's clean enough that you don't really you're not leaving any obvious tracks. You're obviously being careful about how you But
Yeah,
you're not
I'm just wondering if anybody else was moving about in the ship, then we may have seen their. Well, we saw some tracks on the deck, but
Oh, sure. If you'd like to do for level 2, you want to do a spot hidden roll?
yeah, why not? Let's give
Sure.
that a try. Yeah, to see if there's any sign of any movement happening or has happened recently. And that is close. I might spend those 2 points.
Yeah.
I don't know how to spend points on this. I can't remember.
That's okay. You just can click in where it is and manually do it. I don't think there's a way to click it.
Oh, right.
So-
Okay.
Can I while looking around, can I just check the few doors that are in the
Yes, of course. Go ahead and
just
nothing-
the immediate
Oh, sorry.
the immediate vicinity of them three doors, you know?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. This is where on level 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we buy the staircases, aren't we? The ones that we've just come up, and then there's the double
Right. Okay.
I spent 2 luck to succeed in that spot hidden roll, but
Right. Okay. So, and what area are you looking around? Just
any
generally around
sign
the
of kind of footprints or anything that may have been left by anybody that might still be on this ship.
I'm not necessarily any footprints per se. Place hasn't been cleaned. It's there's it's not maintained. It's not scrubbed. There will be dirt and debris around the area, but nothing that you can see that indicating any type of light. But as you go in and you're looking around, you see clearly a door that is the main door, which is the crew lounge door. And you can see inside the crew lounge, there's a whole bunch of cheap but comfy chairs. You see coffee tables that are about. There is also what looks to be a bar, but there's some sort of metal blind. Those accordion blinds that come down.
Right.
So it looks like that's the bar is closed. You see a deck of playing cards that seems strewn across the floor. DVD player with a projector.
Is
And-
this
Sorry.
room is this room in as much disarray as the one down on the level below? Right.
Well, you're going to be. I'll describe to you room 16 where you went into in a moment.
Sorry.
But that's okay. That it's a valid question, and so from what Mac notices, it's not. It's certainly not clean and neat. Some of the cards are strewn all over the floor. The chairs are not in neat order or not in tidy order. Maybe one is turned over, but it's certainly not as bad as it was on the first floor.
Any blood?
Go ahead and make me a spot hidden roll.
Nah, forget it.
Yeah, you don't, notice anything specific.
Okay. Anybody else?
Push on up.
Where's Dennis searching?
Yes.
Different
So
room.
yeah, you go in. This is it's a small laundry room.
Oh.
Let me just check if that's true. Yeah, that small laundry room. Nothing seems out of the ordinary in that room.
How are we are we kind of suitably dressed for this this kind of
You're
environment?
kind of in these black body suits to keep, your body's warm from frigid water temperatures or frigid water environments. So you have these kind of like these. So yeah, and that would have been a precaution just for getting into a boat in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. Well, I'll have a poke around while I'm here. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Go ahead. You can. As you're poking around, you notice that this floor seems to have a lot of crew cabin in it. So a lot of cabins inside that you go in, and there's a small bed, a small locker, clothes and other personal items. Some of those rooms will have more sailor type calendars on them that may not be on the proper month or proper year, but they probably just like the photos in them. But you do notice that a lot of these doors have signs of impact, as if they were bashed in.
With a sharp object or a blunt object? Is that obvious?
No. It looks more would be blunt. You can go ahead and make me. Did you make the spot hidden roll for while you're searching around?
Sorry, I haven't done it yet. Oh no. The torch on the phone is not so good.
No, not much. No, but you did at least find a medical room when you're searching around. So yeah, I will say that definitely on the starboard side, as you were going through and searching through the different rooms, you find one of the rooms that obviously it has a metal stainless steel examining table on it. There's a proper sink, some first aid materials and cabinets that all have the red that red cross on them indicating medical equipment. Probably you'll have the defibrillators on there.
Whereabouts is this? Sorry.
This would be area 17.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Of level 2. But you do notice that one of the cabinets in this room has obviously been broken open. There are bottles that are kind of broken, and there are pills scattered around the floor. So it definitely looks like there was some damage in this room as well, insofar as one of the cabinets was broken and contents have spilled all over the floor. Some of the bottles are intact, some of them are open and shattered, and some of the pills are scattered about.
Does it look like it was like smashed by accident, or it look like somebody's forced it open to get at the supplies? Or
yeah, it's hard to know with the roll that you made exactly. It could be also that something, when there was an impact, something flew into that area and smashed it, because there are other cabinets that are completely intact.
Fair enough.
Don't tell my character there's pills.
Pills and alcohol. This way.
I've got to get off this ship.
Nice cocktail.
No, definitely. As Dennis is going around and looking in, there is communication between the players. Oh, found another crew quarter. Oh, look, there's Miss February.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you near me, Matthew, or are you
Staying on the stairs? You're
Okay.
looking. I just want to go to
Yeah.
the bridge.
Yeah, I head up to number 3.
Okay.
I'm there with a torch.
Because the thing is, as we go up as well, if the
Yeah.
rooms keep getting bigger, then there'll be less places we have to check each floor.
Can
Okay, so level 3. There's a nice. It's much more of an open. There's a little bit more of an open area here. A lot less doors on this floor than there are on the others. So, whatever is on this floor, obviously, the rooms are larger. And go ahead, whoever is looking around, we'll do the spot hidden rolls just to see what kind of what piques your interest or what stands out to you.
Okay. Oh, balls.
Well,
I've managed to poke my own eyes out.
100 is a you actually you slip as you're looking. One of the as you try to get up, you slip like right before getting onto the third floor, onto the on this staircase. And go ahead, you come crashing down, but go ahead, please make me a dex roll.
Deck. Okay. Oh, that's all right.
All right, so
Yeah.
you come down hard. You probably gonna have a nasty bruise on your knee, but no damage per se. Just probably like everybody would hear that Mac is shouting out like in pain, and he landed hard on one of his knees, and so he's on here. He's taking those few minutes to kind of let the pain pass, and it looks like he's limping about on this floor a bit because he's really hurt his leg as he slipped. And you will have to be a little bit more careful because it is icy here. It didn't seem like it was so much, but yeah. So that was. But Matthew, as you're coming around and looking at around, you notice a much nicer officer's lounge on this.
There's somewhere Mac can put his foot up.
Yeah, you can definitely put his foot up there. And who is with Mac now in the officers' lounge?
I will be.
Okay, very good.
Off the floor.
Yeah.
Is my
I reach out as he kind of offers me his hand. I just kind of grab his hand and say, "Nice watch."
It's just a cheap knockoff. Got it off a market when I was abroad. And it looks like yours, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But it didn't cost nowhere near as much as yours, sir. It keeps good time.
Well, that's all you wanted to watch, right?
How's your knee? You all right?
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Bit more careful.
Yeah. I guess we all need to be careful.
That was a bit threatening.
A little bit.
And the chairs in here are of a class like just much nicer than the ones that were in the other lounge. You'll even notice that there is another bar that also is locked. But out in the open here, you find a number of empty whiskey bottles on the floor. Some are broken,
Matthew.
so you have to be careful.
Yeah, someone had a good time.
But you do have a little bit of a nice area to rest. And Matthew, you see, as you're searching around. So, what areas are you searching around?
So where are we? Are we in room
Number 3, room 20.
You're in level 3.
Room 20, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went into room 20, and as you were searching around, I'm just trying to understand what area You were searching around.
What's the there's that another like little separate room, isn't there? Is that actually the shuttered bar area?
No, that's just going to be a storage closet, probably for odds and ends in there. Maybe some tablecloths and coverings and stuff like that. But since they're spending a more extended amount of time inside this area, and as you were searching around and with your successful spot hidden roll, when you enter room 19, you notice that there's another first aid kit, on the wall, and right beside that there's a laundry hamper. Go ahead and make me a luck roll as you're heading towards the first aid kit and that laundry hamper that looks like it's overfilled with clothing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Number one, you're opening up that cabinet, and you notice that there's another flashlight there, and that flashlight works, and you kind of put them both on, so you have a lot more light. You just want to see how they're working, and as you are looking around the room and looking towards that laundry hamper, you can see a face sticking out looking at you. Go ahead and make a sanity roll.
Face.
The head is looking
Not attached to
you.
a body. It's not attached to a body.
Oh,
That
well,
has yet to be ascertained.
Um,
We're gonna have to like reassemble a person to finish the quest.
Oh, yeah.
so
Find a little bit of him at a time.
there's a sanity box on this.
it would be on the main page.
Yeah, it's in the middle
Uh,
section.
Oh, current. Yeah, sorry. So double tick. So right.
It's quite gruesome. I mean, it's not scaring you at all. You're not, like there's been a major accident, but you're thinking, why would somebody be in a laundry hamper? And you go to help to see if the person is alive, just cold or whatever, and you notice that the person looks to be eviscerated. Like there are marks of clawing and chewing in the lower portion of their body.
So they're basically being dumped.
And in the person's arm, you find a flare gun.
I've got 2 torches, 2 flare guns,
You have a flare gun.
meat knife, flick knife, a chair leg, 2 first aid kits. I can't carry all this shit.
That's right. You can do multiple trips.
So I'll shout out that I've got another
But
torch.
you're on. So as you see this body, and again, your sanity roll was 100% fine. Your luck roll was fine. How are you handling it? Are you?
Well, it's gonna, even though I've not, sanity's not gone. Yeah, he's gonna be pretty scared. Well, I'll probably scream out, Mark, come and look at this, so you can roll your sanity.
All right.
Well, but thank you.
I'm not sure exactly he's in a position to rush over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Mac
Yeah,
will
I'll
hobble
scream.
along in there if he
I
wants.
kinda-
Get over here! There's a body.
Oh, well, then that will
Yeah,
will shield him from the.
I'll head over there.
Mhm.
Where'd you
okay.
find him?
It's still there. It's still in the hamper. Should we take him out?
What for a meal?
I mean, it looks like someone's already taken him out.
Yeah,
Maybe take him out
he-
just to fully examine him. It's like something's been eating him.
what?
You don't think they've turned on each other? It's just total chaos and
Yeah,
madness
but
with
the
all the
ship hasn't been out here that long, surely. I mean,
All
there's no
about-
sign of anybody else. Yeah.
Look like someone's been like proper noshing on this guy, or is it just
It's
more
just like he's been torn to bits
feral
and dumped
being
in the.
attacked?
Just
it looks more than just attacked. It does look like there are bite marks. There are certain portions of the body, especially inside the body, that are not there. There are organs missing there. I mean, it could just be, because of the wound and it's open, things are not intact, but definitely there are signs of chew marks.
And can we get him out then? And
Yes, of course.
is he still
Yeah,
fully
we-
clothed? Where it's
Yes.
ripped away.
Tip the hamper over and let it spill out onto the floor, I guess.
And is there anything else in the hamper?
Laundry.
Blooded. Mark,
Jesus Christ.
I think we need to go. We're not equipped for this.
And as you say, not equipped, you're all, as Matthew says, not equipped, you're kind of looking at him strangely because he seems to have a club in one hand, a knife in the other. He just found a flare gun, which he seems to be like straddling underneath there. And in his pocket, you can see that there's another bulge. He has another flare gun in there. So it seems like when he says not equipped for this, he seems to be equipping himself with quite a bit of stuff.
There's some serious shit being going down on this ship. and
Yeah,
it's-
something to be sure, but that look, you called out. There's nobody here now. There's nobody here now. Whatever the fuck happened here, maybe it was pirate. I don't know. Maybe he got hacked to death by pirates or something. I don't know. But
Well, somebody must have stuffed him in there. You don't get eaten, your insides eaten out, and then crawl into a laundry basket, do you?
Maybe he was hiding in there, and whatever attacked him while he was hiding. That's what I'd do. I'd go and hide in the laundry hamper.
You'd have
I've
to be
seen them.
small to get into the laundry hamper
Look.
to eat it.
look, there's nobody here now.
Nobody alive, anyway.
Exactly.
Or nobody that wants to be known.
I don't want to end up like him.
You won't end up like him, I promise. We just gotta.
Shoot you first.
What I thought.
We just need to find the captain's cabin. We need to make sure that. Well, we'll find out what cargo's here. Maybe we get down to the engine room, get some power on, get some heating and lights. Maybe I don't know. Whatever was here, it's not here now.
All right, let's come on. Let's get up to that bridge. Let's see what
Yeah.
they're transporting.
Yeah. You okay?
And at this point,
I'm
I
good. I'm
think,
good.
Dennis and Daniel both can do their spot hidden rolls for being on this floor.
Oh, yeah, I've already... It's already there somewhere.
Oh, you did?
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that!
yeah.
boom.
Well, that's quite
Right.
good enough. And so
Yeah, there's nothing left to find.
that's
There is.
quite extreme. So despite the fact that you're only holding your little cell phone light around the area, you notice that in the corridor that is adjacent to the port side, okay, looking around the corner, to one side you can see a doorway that goes out, a little bit of light coming from the little porthole that is on the door, but to the other side you notice something glinting at the end of the hallway. It's very difficult to tell with your cell phone light, and you know what, it's been quite a while that you're looking around with this little cell phone battery. I'm not sure how much battery you had left on the cell phone when you were there, so why don't you go ahead and make me a luck roll?
I mean, it's an iPhone, so it'll last at least 30 minutes.
It's an iPhone from 2009.
See, perfect.
Yeah, so
Fine.
we're not saying
87
anything
minutes
against iPhones in 2009, but I believe 2009 might have been the time, and I hope I don't get sued for this, that it may have come out that Apple had, in one of their more recent updates to the older iPhone, made the battery perform less well because they wanted to encourage you to buy the newer one. And that may be what's happening here, because as you notice that glint, you're like, "Hey guys, there's something at the end there." Your cell phone light goes out, and you no longer have a independent light of your own.
I'll get one of the boys for the torch. That's fine. I don't need to call anyone. I have my lighter, but that's free. I'll save that. Yeah, I saw something glinting down that way, down the corridor. I mean, I'm just happy that it didn't move.
I mean, yeah, Matthew
Everything
has
is
2
fine.
flashlights.
There's
One
me with
tucked
2.
there,
Like
one
a
there.
flashlight hog,
Yeah.
and then I snatch one off him.
Yeah.
Lashed one to each of his arms.
Yeah,
That's
here
what
we
he's
are
done.
pissing about with phones, and he's just like, I've got literally every flashlight on
Mag
this ship.
lights.
Yeah, he's just
Came
built
to his
like a
hands.
rig.
I
over
only
his-
just found it.
Yeah.
And I only found it because I got a torch and ready.
Okay, so as you can see, it looks like something is glinting from your perspective. It looks like something is glinting about midway up between the floor and the ceiling in the wall.
Is that down the farthest end of the corridor?
Yes, that would be towards the bow, heading towards the bow. The other area is going towards the stern. There's actually a doorway.
Yeah.
And as you approach, in the bulkhead, you can see it looks like this cylindrical piece of glass, but this glass rod, it looks like it's embedded in the bulkhead. And when you go closer to examine it, it's maybe to you would appear to be more made out of like some sort of a crystal. And from your perspective, maybe let's see what your skills are. Yeah, you know what? From pilot boat, go ahead and make me pilot boat check with advantage.
Who's that?
So a bonus dice. So you would click on the +1B, and this would be Daniel. Oh, you don't have pilot boat. Sorry. So it could be in intelligence.
How large is the rod?
6 feet,
6
and it's extreme success. This
Probably
to
not
you
normal.
looks like a harpoon.
Wow.
Like a glass harpoon. Or
Like
something
some
that
sort
looks
of-
like glass.
It does. It looks like glass, but glass, I mean, would have shattered.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it went, unless somebody, purposely somehow, drilled the hole and put it in and got it in there so that it was thick. But that would have been more ornamental or not, or something like that. This is clearly, it's stuck into the bulkhead. That's why you're thinking maybe some sort of crystal as opposed to glass. But it does glint.
There you go,
and
Charles.
it is
That's your.
pretty tall.
Can I
Like-
give it a tug? Is it like wedged in, or
Oh, you could certainly try to take it out.
pull it through? Yeah.
100%. Yeah, that would be a strength roll for sure.
That's
This
your
in-
fault.
Is this in room 19? Because there's like a black line next to the
Hell
name.
yes.
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
this, by the way, was it was hard. So you definitely succeeded on that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
he pulls the harpoon through, sinks the
like,
ship.
you
Game
just
over.
pull it out like it was stuck in butter, like it was nothing. The head is completely intact. It's kind of cold to the touch. It's icy cold, and amazingly enough, the way you're able to get it out of the bulkhead, you maintain its sharp, barbed head completely intact. But
That's
it's
swag
still like
for the-
nothing you have ever seen before.
Yeah, a bit of swag for the mantelpiece. But yeah, I have no idea what this is or where it came from. Someone being going around shooting diamond harpoons at boats.
That's your fortune restored right there, Charles. Just take that.
I'm headed back to the little boat. I'll see you guys later. I'll trade it for the yacht.
So wait, you're going to toss it down to the women in the raft. You're going to catch us.
Yeah, straight through the.
That's how. Yeah, that's how. What's her name? Ashley dies.
Yeah, if you want, you can bring it down to the motorboat and store it in there. or
I'll
you
hang
can-
on to it.
Okay.
Too fun to throw it away.
So
Yeah,
that's
that
not
was-
normal.
That was unsurprising. Well,
Yeah.
no, that roll was also not quite normal.
Swap you for a flare gun.
Yeah. Jake, make a sanity roll.
Or a
Exactly.
flashlight.
Um.
But yeah, I'll bring it over to the guys to show them.
What you got there?
I found this sticking through the hull over there, like some kind of I don't know, like crystal material harpoon of some kind. Like whatever it was, it went straight through the wall over there.
What's like the diameter of the shaft? Is it bigger than what you would expect a harpoon to be, or?
No, it would be harpoon diametered, or maybe even a little less.
I mean, is it like one of those like handheld kind of harpoon? Is it that kind of shape, or does it look like something that might be loaded into, like a mechanical harpoon to be fired?
You don't see anything that would indicate, how this thing would be loaded into or what it would be loaded into. But yes, it would definitely seem like it's got a very smooth shaft all the way to a flat end at the back. There would be nothing to hamper it. Like it's not like it has
Right.
some sort of a flaring out the back that would prevent it from being used in such a way in a launcher of some sort.
What's the weight like?
That's a very good question. It probably would seem a lot lighter than you would indicate. This material's a little bit foreign to you. You're not quite sure, but it's certainly not like 100 pounds. It would be much lighter. Something that you could easily carry around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and during the break, fortuitously, that it gave enough time for Mac to recover from his bruised knee, and after resting a bit in the executive crew's lounge, the officers' lounge, he's now 100% back to his mobile self, as the party mentioned that they were interested in now moving up to level 4, hopefully to find some sort of radio room or log room or
Yeah.
something like that.
Just before we do that, has anybody got medicine as any skill in it at all? So there's no point anybody else looking at the dead
I have
body.
a sneaky suspicion the medicine people are on the boat. I don't know.
No.
I certainly haven't.
Ascertain any more information about.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I can tell you that I have medical training. It puts you at ease.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I
just
will
let Lloyd
allow,
roll it. It's a 0-1. It'll be fine.
I will allow a first aid roll to
Right,
replace
times the
medical
charm.
rolls.
All right.
but
First aid's pretty good.
but it would be, you would need to get the hard success, so you can
Yeah.
toggle the HRD if you decide you'd like to use that instead of medicine.
I'm
I
still
might roll
better
that
than
because
my
I
medicine.
had a good look at that body, didn't I? So
Give it a go.
yeah.
Right, first
Yeah.
aid.
And if you any of you think that either Ashley or Liz have medicine,
A
all right.
wild dog.
So, yeah, Matthew, you didn't critically fail. So we won't say that you're actually plunging your hands inside to count the organs and to see where they are. So you don't really take it that far. But what is the question that your investigation is seeking to answer?
If it's you just gonna try and work out maybe the size of the thing that's done this, that's been eating this person. Is it claws? Really?
I mean, does it look like like
It's a polar bear.
human bite marks on the thing, I guess, would be one of the things to be asking. Somebody
Okay.
already mentioned whether or not
So
the crew had turned on themselves, to eating themselves.
with a 65, I'm going to be happy to tell you that it seems like these bite marks would be something larger, perhaps. And you don't already remember the severed hand and perhaps bitten by a shark. So, you think you don't know if it's a shark per se or not, but it would definitely be much larger. And with Matthew's first aid skill of a 97, I'm going to be happy to tell him that the body happens to be of a male.
They're definitely dead.
Yes, definitely dead. But your role was able to determine that this is a male specimen and not a female specimen.
But with a 97, I probably think, oh no, they're alive.
Yeah, got a faint pulse.
Yeah, I've got a pulse.
It did take you a long time investigating the body to get to that conclusion, but yes. Because Call of Cthulhu, sometimes it's not an issue of do you know it or not, it's just an issue of time. So yes.
So who is it that figured out that the bite was bigger than a human bite? Who was it?
It would look like it. I mean, just from the size of the marks around the body and stuff. And you don't think that, like humans would eat other humans in this way.
No. They'd have cooked them first, wouldn't they?
Yeah, from the last time I did it.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, so then it's created so that like some kind of animal attack. Animals are loose on the ship somehow.
That would be the obvious thing, wouldn't it?
You think a polar bear could have broken open and tore off that door?
Maybe it's...
I think it's more likely a polar bear than a shark.
about a mutant shark that was being held in the cargo area, and it's got out because it's got legs.
Well, so far there have been no indication of there being lasers on these sharks' heads. So,
but
yeah, the wounds are not cauterized.
No,
I wouldn't explain the crystal harpoon. I don't think it'd have that down.
Maybe someone else was using that to hunt the mutant bipedal shark.
Oh,
Seeing as they're going into uncharted territory here.
Why would they just leave it in the wall? Why wouldn't they retrieve it?
Maybe they couldn't. Maybe they missed and they weren't able to retrieve it after.
It's not as strong as Daniel to pull it out.
Certainly
Yeah,
not.
I mean, is that? Well, maybe whoever threw it wound up in a laundry basket somewhere.
Oh, is there any way of looking over this harpoon type thing and getting an idea on if it's viable as like some kind of tech, some military tech or something like that?
I'll give you a natural world order, unless you have a different skill that would.
I was looking, but I couldn't find anything. I was only thing I could think of was because, like I said, because he's got a background in the Navy. If maybe some kind of idea roll or something. Obviously, it's not going to be standard difficulty.
No, this one would be more natural world and based on.
Ooh, well, I can have a stab at it, but it'll literally be a stab.
Hmm?
I've got I'll give it a go. I've got very little in it, but
You could also roll an 01 and pull a impossibly stuck harpoon out of a bulkhead wall.
I think
Sadly, that is not to be.
I think I used all them up last time.
Yeah. So the issue isn't so much of have you encountered this before or not, as more you're not sure exactly. Your range of knowledge on such materials is lacking. You don't know if this is a natural material that you're just not familiar with. It doesn't seem to have a serial number on it. It doesn't have an indication of manufacture. No markings on it that would indicate to you that it is some sort of new military material.
But it's certainly nothing familiar with it at all in any way at all, is it?
Well, it's crystalline. It's glass-like, but very sturdy, very strong, lighter than what would be a metal harpoon.
Unnaturally so.
or materially so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah. At
Oh,
least.
It is
nice
a
little
curio.
trophy for the mantelpiece there, Danny.
Mhm.
It's certainly a valuable piece of kit.
Could be a nice bit of
Well,
insurance.
again, I don't know.
Well,
You're
we
going
don't
to
know.
England,
Yeah.
and it might not be legal because it's over 1.70 m. It might not be legal.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, on the itinerary was a glass harpoon.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. As Brits, we're a little bit funny about the length of our harpoons.
Everyone knows Brits aren't.
Was the harpoon in number 6 in the bulkhead?
It was on level 3. We'll say just to the north of room 20 in that corridor at the end,
Yeah,
Correct.
embedded in the wall.
as if it was thrown a distance in there, and that's where you found it.
See, that strikes me as being something that's really valuable, yet it's been left. So
Yeah, it may have not been left by choice. Or...
yeah, it's either it's not being left by choice, or it's inconsequential to the person who it belongs to.
We
Either way, it's fine now. Let's go find the bridge.
not searching the quarters, are we? We're just going.
We keep going up until we find the bridge.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
the main
I'd
road.
say,
Well, I mean,
if you're
would the
searching-
captain's quarters be on this level? I know the
Okay,
officers
so
aren't, but would the captain's?
searching this area, you find that the rooms are a little bit nicer. The beds are bigger, more plush. You have more room, obviously, in them. They have desks and chairs. You don't find anything that necessarily would indicate captain's quarters, but you do definitely notice that at least one of the cabin doors on this level has been torn from its hinges. And now blocks the corridor. This would be on the southern side, south of 20 in that corridor.
It seems whatever it is doesn't know how to use a door handle. They prefer just to rip the door off. But,
In one case, on this floor at least.
Or it's strong enough that it's easier to rip it off than open it.
Maybe they're just showing.
Yeah. Certainly a show of force, that's for sure.
Danny just rolls a 1 again and just puts the door back on its hinges,
Exactly.
bends it back into shape.
Something on this ship is making some of you exceedingly strong, able to pull harpoons from bulwarks.
Yeah. Just a trick. Danny was the insider the whole time.
I think it's about time we found out if the comms are still working on this vessel, and
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
let's
Higher
get
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you would have noticed that it did seem to you like the antennas were intact on the upper part of the superstructure. So that little, satellite dish and the long antennae that go out, everything seemed to be quite intact. Most of the damage that you saw again was on the bow of the structure. Where you found one of those lifts seemed to have been the crane was damaged. So back there, mostly intact. Any damages that you saw was probably from moving furniture, after a hard impact.
Yeah. Let's get up these stairs.
Would anybody like a flare gun? Or would anybody like to carry a first aid kit?
I'll take a first aid kit off you.
I watched that last step. It's a doozy.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody want a flare gun?
I've got a Magnum. I'll be fine. But I don't know.
A magnet.
Yeah,
Powerful
they're-
handgun in the
Never be
world.
too. Never be too safe.
Lightly below
Really
your head,
great.
clean off.
Chocolate covered ice cream
Yeah, fine.
bars.
I'll take a flare gun in case we need. Oh, if we ever get split up in groups, we can just give the other group a flare gun in case we need.
All right. Well, as you get up
Trudge up the stairs.
to level 4, you'll notice that this level seems to be it's a lot smaller than, at least the housing area is a lot smaller than the previous levels before it. You definitely have like everything is that is in this area of the superstructure is more bow facing, and towards the stern is just the open area. And as you come out in the middle of the staircases, those double staircases, you notice that there is an additional staircase just to the starboard of where you're standing when you come out the double staircase that heads up to one more flight. But however, now you are on area or level 4 of the Grönlandtropisch. Everything is still very quiet and dark, although there is a little bit more light coming into here from windows and doors that are a lot closer to this area than would have been on the previous floors. Which direction would you like to go from here? Or I should say, who is going to what area?
As we come off the stairs, so you kind of arrive at like a T-junction, I guess.
Yes.
Come off the stairs.
I'm going to say there'll be probably nameplates on the doors, but then that's no use because we can't read them, can we?
Well, the doors, let's say north and south are they're just regular cabins on this level, so they are a little bit more nicely furnished. They are small, but they are quite nicely furnished. The two cabins, as you open the doors, nothing seems to be out of place on these floors and in those cabins.
Any more of the doors broken as I said? Corridor. Oh, we've lost Brit.
We'll give him a moment to return, I hope. And that might have thrown off a few things. Lloyd, you might want to check.
That's fine. You can just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Trust you. So while he's away, we'll say, as you guys have been going around and looking out the doors, you definitely know that it is the port side lifeboat is missing. It does look like it was probably lowered on purpose because it was the ropes do go down. And okay, we will continue on. I'm sure he'll be back shortly. And the doors on this floor seem to be intact.
I'm gonna go and wander off and see if I can find the radio room. I think.
Okay, so are you wandering?
We're gonna split up
upstairs, or are you going to be on this floor looking for it?
I'll check this floor.
Okay, sure. So choose a room. Let me know.
I'll start at the north end and work my way around clockwise, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. So as you're going into the the most northerly door on level 4, it's slightly ajar, the door, and it looks like it's going into a small lobby area. Moving in towards from the lobby area, you see more of a day room. There's a bedroom and there's a bathroom. These are very nice, very nicely appointed room. It's tidy, no signs of distress at all. A very nice oak table and a very nice leather chair. This is probably one of the nicest cabins that you've seen so far.
If it's not obviously a radio room, I'll just discount it. I'll just move on. Just keep, like I say, I'll open the doors until I come to what is obviously a radio room.
Okay, so I'm going to say that the next door that you try to open, 24, it's locked. It doesn't open for you. Are you going to move over to another door, or are you going to try to open it somehow?
No, I'll try and open it. I've got some. I'll get out my lockpicks.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's a thing you can do. Lockpicks, and other people are just watching you take out lockpicks and start to.
Yeah, I'm not bothered if so. Yeah,
No.
I'm not worried. Locksmith.
So I'd like you to roll, but please toggle the hard on it. It is a hard. It is one of the nicer cabins, this nicer floor.
Do I not get anything? Does my lockpicks just enable me to do the roll, or do the lockpicks give me a bonus at all?
Oh.
No, we're gonna forego looking
consult.
at that. We will give you the bonus, so you will toggle hard and bonus. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because
I'm not
I
sure
don't know.
I'm not sure myself.
I don't know, but I'd rather err on the side of.
Security specialist, I guess.
Well,
Spend one of your luck to succeed.
I think we'll spend a look. Yeah.
I think you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're able to unlock the door. You hear the click, it opens, but when you try to open it, it still doesn't open, but not because the door is locked. Feels like something is pushing on the other side.
Somebody in there?
I'll let them know. There's something blocking the door, and I'll
As you say, somebody in there, you don't hear anything in reply.
There might be something.
blocking it.
Could be a frozen body or something.
I'll try and
Yeah, I'll give him a hand.
try and not carefully.
Okay, so go ahead and make a strength roll with a bonus die because you're helping.
Okay.
You're getting an aid.
Dice. Strength.
Whoa!
We're back.
What was that you said
He
about all your
pulls
rolls
out
last
a
week?
crystal harpoon. That's keeping the door shut.
Yeah, after some early false starts, the random number generator is now in our favor.
Unbelievable. So as Dennis and Mac are pushing in the door, you feel like it seems like something is actively pushing against you to keep the door closed. And you both go in with you give it your all, and you actually push in the door. And the door does open, and you're able to get in. Now, the door is open, but it's kind of something is keeping it from opening completely all the way, but certainly more than enough for you to go in. As you look in, you see a room that is much smaller than the suite rooms you just came out of. And go ahead.
Gun out. Get my gun
Okay.
out.
Gun
Yeah.
out. So, your gun's out, and you step in and you turn wide to go around to see what is pushing against you, and you see that it's just this large mattress that was giving this give, pushing back, and you're able to push it out of the way. The mattress raises its hands and says, "Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me!" This room is completely upended. You could see the mattress that has been blocking the accessway that's now pushed aside. You see clothing and personal possessions are flung about with wild abandon. Some of the clothes are obviously bloodstained. Give me a spot hidden roll. Both Mark and Dennis, who are in this room.
I think The 01 has abandoned me.
Okay. Well, I mean, enough.
Are you
You
going to spend
do.
2?
I'm going to spend 2. Yeah, I'll spend 2 to get a success.
Oh, okay.
How do I reduce my?
Manually.
Yeah, if you hold control, I think you can scroll.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, cool.
that does, yeah, cool, excellent. So it should be on 37.
Okay. Very good. So what your success gives you is that you see underneath the bed a body, obviously of a person who is lying in a pool of frozen blood. You see his eyes are he's kind of curved on his side. You see his eyes are wide open, with a look of terror carved on his face. And as you do that, as you see him and see the full visage of his frozen body, go ahead and make me a sanity roll, please.
Passed.
Okay. So
I fail.
yeah, Charles is fine. Dennis is
Shoot it.
going to lose 3
Whoa.
points
Oh.
of sanity because as you notice his visage of it, you could see that his neck, where his neck is, it looks like it's completely sliced open, such that his head looks like it's kind of unnaturally looking at you, bent over at an angle that normally wouldn't be possible if his neck was intact. Looks like he's been, but it's definitely a slice.
I'll let off a shot, and if
Yeah.
it's an involuntary action, isn't it? So yeah, I'll just loose off a round at him.
Okay, so you fire a shot.
Yeah.
The noise, and you don't have any ear protection now in this small cabin, just reverberates all over the place. Like you can
Jesus,
hear it. And
Dennis, he's dead.
both of you make Constitution saving throws or Constitution rolls, please.
Oh dear, my constitution not great. Oh dear. What?
You're on a roll.
Yeah. So Dennis, you're hard of hearing, so you're not hearing very much. Like you just have this ringing going on in your ears now, so you won't hear much. So you could just see. Go ahead now, both of you make spot hidden rolls at the same time.
Ooh. Oh, a success.
And so, you're like you're not really paying attention because your ears are hurting, but you could see that Mac is kind of mouthing something at you. You don't know what it is that it is because you can't hear. But if you were able to hear, it would be what's that? And Mac, you notice that as the slug entered this body, and the body kind of jumped back a bit from being, hit with a bullet. Do you have a .45 Magnum? You said.
Yeah. Before.
Yeah, so the impact, you could see that the body kind of shifts, and you could see something glinting at the side of the body where his left hand would be.
Okay.
It's like Diamond Captain Hook.
Yeah. So I grab Dennis by his collar and kind of just pull him close and just say, "Just calm down."
Yeah, don't.
And push him away, and I kind of go down towards the body where the glint was that I saw. Shine my iPhone light on it.
And you're able to see very, a very old school, old style, silver-handed cutthroat razor, the type you would use for shaving.
Did it look like he did it himself?
It has residue of blood on the blade.
I mean, when you're holding a door shut, that's the worst time to try and shave.
Well, that's why he used the mattress. Yeah. Danny, dodge!
What?
We got another one. Dead. Looks like he killed himself.
And as you guys are looking around the room and you're searching, you can easily come to know through the personal effects of this person that the person's name, who occupied the room, whether it's the body or not, is and forgive me if I put it in the chat just in case I mispronounce it. God help me. It's Thorlof Lofgren. Lofgren.
Thorolf Lofgren.
Yes.
It's a Viking.
He is.
Oh. Sorry, I whispered that by mistake. I'm gonna check my gun and I'm gonna reload the replace empty. Yeah, there.
Now you notice other lacerations on the body around his torso and also lower arms.
They look like they were done with a cutthroat.
It looks like it would be without a medical person. I would say it would definitely appear to you to be some sort of knife wounds. These are more clean in nature than ones that you've seen on bodies.
I think the guy may have lost it.
No. He got cuts on his arms. Maybe he was trying to defend himself. He was attacked maybe with this thing, and I hold up the razor. They all went nuts or something?
Who knows? Maybe we can find some kind of log. We can find out what they were doing.
Carry on looking for the radio room after I've sort of regained my composure.
All right. So as you continue on, I'm going to say there are possibly 2 more rooms on this floor that you didn't examine more closely. In addition to the ones that you're opening up the door. If you're opening up the door and you don't see a radio room, you're leaving. Then I would say in the lower room 22 is also a suite of rooms that would kind of mirror what you saw in room 23 on the port side. You could see that the bedroom here is quite tidy. Although a quick glance in the bathroom would indicate that there are blood-stained towels in the bathroom. And the day room is a complete mess. You do notice, and again, just quick because you're not really looking for anything, but you do notice that there are ship systems, diagrams, deck plans, crane diagrams, and other engineering papers that are strewn across a large desk here.
Okay, well, if I'll make people aware of that if there's nobody in case they don't see it.
Yeah, I'll follow him through into that room.
Okay.
Dennis, you all right?
Yeah. I found there's like some plans, deck plans of the ship there. If maybe something useful. I'm just going to keep seeing if I can find the radio room. It must be around here somewhere.
So Mac, you can go ahead and do a spot hidden roll if you're in that room doing a look around while you're talking to Dennis.
That'd be a no.
Yeah, no. What do you mention? Do you mention anything about any of the other rooms, or are you just?
Who, me?
No, Dennis.
Dennis.
Oh,
no.
yeah. I'll just telegraph.
Okay.
What I see.
Yeah.
You do notice that there is, amongst all the papers that you're looking at in the plans, you do see a scattering of papers and notes, and the top one is it's kind of odd as you're looking through it, just perusing it carefully, because it only has 4 words on this little sheaf of note paper that doesn't seem like it's very normal. And the note says CO2 bottles or crane? Question mark. Now, you know that CO2 on this ship is used to refrigerate the cargo hold, and also used as the fire suppressant system. So, you would see, pipes and tubing going around the corridors or along the ceilings where they would have, various dispensers for the CO2 to come out to suppress fire. In the corridors and some of the cabins for sure, but crane, like, the two don't seem to be related to you. One is used for refrigeration and fire suppressant, and the other one is used for transporting cargo in and out of the ship.
I do wonder if it relates to the now broken crane. But yeah, we need more info.
Is that all there is? I mean, there's no other paperwork or anything.
Well, there's quite a bit of paperwork that's scattered about.
Yeah.
Maybe it was sabotage.
I don't know, maybe they all did go nuts or something. I look across at Dennis.
We need to keep an eye on Dennis. He's a bit of a loose cannon.
Yeah, let's not make him paranoid.
Yeah.
Why would they be killed? Why would they go? What would send them over the edge though? I mean, they must be hardened, seasoned sailors. Well,
I don't know. Maybe they got
this.
Maybe they got trapped here and just went quietly.
But sure, there's no signs that the ship has been here that long for something like that to ever take a mental toll.
But I don't know. It may have happened before, and then the ship just drifted.
Yeah, we got no idea what kind of damage has happened. Maybe there's something wrong with the engines. Maybe they lost power or something.
And there's still this anomaly, this crystal harpoon. I mean, there's nothing else that kind of stands out.
Yeah, it's weird, but we did have no info on anything. Did we find the radio room? No, it's
Not
the
yet.
mattress.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm still
We got
looking.
one more floor, I think.
We've got one more room.
Okay.
Let's try that. Process of elimination.
This back room and try that.
Yeah, actually, this back room you see inside. It looks like a recreation room. You have a pinball machine. That green velvet covered card table. A nice selection of board games. Television, a DVD player, a selection of movies.
Yeah.
Does any of the
Dare I say Blade Runner starter set, but not really.
No, this is 2009.
No,
my friend.
no.
Is there does it look damaged up here? Does it look like anybody's kind of like any of this has been thrown around, or is it all looking
The only
relatively
room
tidy?
that was in disarray
Was that what we went in?
Yeah.
With the body.
When was that? 24.
24.
24. Yeah.
So no radio room. Must be on the deck above then.
Maybe would the radio room be on the bridge or something? Maybe.
Yeah, imagine where the wheel is.
Yeah, it must be on the wheelhouse. Must be on the top floor. Must be up there. Yeah.
Yeah. And
You okay?
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm fine. Fine. Just
Body with the.
got me unawares.
Does he still
Yeah.
have 2 shotguns, or did he give that other one?
No,
away?
I got one of them.
All right.
with a half
Should we
dozen
get him to
shells.
give up the other one?
You know.
Just in case.
Looking for a chainsaw. So take this handle.
I was half expecting Britt to maybe remove his hand and stick a chair leg on.
By the way, who is in front as you go up these narrow, small stairs? For no reason whatsoever, just out of general curiosity.
I'll take the lead. I don't mind.
As you're taking the lead, then I believe you also only still have your cell phone with you, and
That's true.
you didn't indicate that you were using
But
any other light
good
source.
buddy,
So.
my good buddy Dodge is right
there's
behind
two
me with
torches
the
in there.
torch, with a flashlight.
So let's just see how lucky you are, and if your iPhone, or maybe you're using Android, and therefore the battery will have lasted longer.
It says in the
who knows?
inventory iPhone, so I'm clearly
yes,
cheap.
clearly. Okay. Go ahead and make us a luck roll.
Oh man, I don't want to. Oh no, we're okay.
Yeah, you're very lucky. And so your cell phone is still shining bright enough for you to notice as you are walking up the staircase that it looks like there is blood stains heading at the staircase as you head up. You're definitely noticing dark splotches.
Like a lot of it.
Stairs.
Or is it just like little flecks?
No, this is not flecks. These are blood stains. These are not little flecks of blood.
Is it somebody that's losing blood, or
It's frozen in
carrying
already.
something?
It is not
Okay.
fresh, although it is preserved nicely because of the cold temperatures.
Hey, look at this! I say as I'm walking up the stairs, and I kind of shine my torch down, then let everybody see. Looks like
More blood.
we might have some more bodies up here.
Well,
As you guys are coming up the staircase and entering in, you definitely see that yes, this is the superstructure level 5. This is the wheelhouse area. This room is somewhat brighter. You could probably, put your cell phones on off, let the batteries cool down a bit so they'll last a little longer, because you have windows all around. And so the room is quite well lit. And it quickly becomes apparent to you that this wheelhouse has been seriously damaged. You see that controls and dials are smashed, levers are bent and twisted. You can see even some are pulled out of their mountings and their housings. There are great dents in the control panels and the metal housing of the control panel. One of the windows viewing has a large crack through it, and that's kind of frosted over. In fact, all of them are frosted over, so it's kind of obscuring the view, but not impeding light in any way. You see papers and charts are scattered about everywhere. It looks like, to you, one or perhaps multiple people have been hell-bent on doing some major destruction in this area.
No dead bodies. At least that's something.
Well, no head, but you can go ahead and make me. I think go ahead and make me idea rolls.
there's not many. There's not many bodies considering how many crew there must be.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they don't know how many crew they actually had on board until we could find
Well.
a manifest.
No.
And one of the lifeboats is missing, so some people got off, I guess.
Yeah, the idea rolls are the int rolls on the. Oh, you guys are all so good. Wow. Yeah, so
Going well.
I will say.
Someone didn't want this boat to be operable.
I'll spend 6 luck. Why not? 6 luck gets me a pass.
Okay. Then yeah, and you know what? I'm going to give it back to you, so you can take those 6 back, because it is not necessary for an idea roll to be placed if a player character already mentions what he's seen and And as Dan mentioned, it looks like whatever did the destruction here had to have been stronger than a human or used implements, because this is far beyond what a human strength is capable of doing with this level of destruction, at least without implements.
Yeah.
When we're talking about implements, is there anything laying around, like maybe discarded fire extinguishers that might have been used to smash the controls up or anything like that? Or is it...
Is there any sign of logbooks or any other manuals that may have been up here?
No, but you know that, like, this isn't necessarily the office. Yeah, so yes, there are tons of paper scattered about. Nothing that is evident to you as a logbook or information. It would probably be more charts with diagrams and lines and you know, the rest of the stuff that you might see in a movie, and you know, looking through charts and stuff. But you do find the radio room, which is behind the wheelhouse in that small little room towards the stern side.
Uh-huh.
And when you enter the radio room, you find a very similar story, that it looks like the damage here. There are rents in the metal casings. Wires have been pulled and cut off. You see that a microphone has been smashed to pieces. And go ahead and did anybody not succeed on a spot hidden roll yet? Because go ahead and make me spot hidden rolls, and I'm hoping by now everybody could put the check marks on their character sheets that they've actually passed them, because there's certainly plenty of opportunity.
Look at that, so we rolled an 8. Nice.
I already had a check already, though. But,
yeah, Daniel, you know that the damage to this radio room is clearly not the same type of damage as was done in the wheelhouse. This could have been accomplished by you, me, anybody angry enough with, you know, could smash something with a heavy object, easy enough to cut the cables. The destruction here looks chaotic, but not necessarily the same type done by the same hand or the same type of damage that was done in the wheelhouse. And any person with like a hand axe could have done this, or some sort of club.
It's just 2 different levels of damage.
And actually, it's as Daniel is talking and describing this scene, Dennis, you find an axe actually amongst the debris on the floor. So you know, it looks like, you know, taken off, like, you know, one of those wall brackets, you know, to have in case of emergency. But you do find an axe.
I'll pass it on. See if anybody wants to take it. See if Matthew can strap it to his.
Yeah, Matthew wants another weapon, right?
Yeah.
I need more hands.
Yeah, it's got to chop his hand.
Matthew,
the hand he removed to put the table leg on. He's now going to attach the axe to it.
I'll tell you what. So for the axe that you found, I'll be very happy. I'll put it in the party sheet, and anybody who feels like they are the one who is taking it can actually drag it into their character. So the way to do that is just open up your character sheet on the inventory tab. From the tools on the upper right-hand side, you'll see the party sheet icon is the one with the multiple heads. And if you go to inventory and you'll see what axe in there, you can just drag it into your inventory, and there you have it.
I don't need an axe. I've got a flick knife.
I got my cricket bat.
So, what do we think? Have they destroyed their own radio because they didn't want somebody else coming here?
Is it repairable?
Have they gone Lupe and turned on each other? And
you know what?
I do wonder if there was sabotage involved here.
I'll say that you do find in this room, okay, a crew shirt. You know, like, you know, one of those shirts that you might have taken off if it was warm, and you just put it at work because you have there. But you do have a crew shirt in this in the radio room, and the name tag on it does say Thorolf Lofgren. I'll ask Mark to repeat it properly for me, and to cut that out of the YouTube.
Oh, Thorolf
When-
Lofgren.
Thank you.
When we came aboard the ship, did we go anywhere near the cargo area above it? No.
No.
Or were we-
I mean,
no.
you did see the cargo area. I'll say from memory, you noticed that there are 3 separate cargo holds. One of them seemed to be covered and intact. I think one was open and one was opened and it looked like the cover was damaged.
So can I go to the cracked window pane?
Yeah.
Can I borrow the axe off somebody? Can I smash that window pane out so I can see out, because we're quite a high vantage point, and I want to look down into the cargo areas, see what I can see.
Okay, that's if players aren't stopping you from doing that, that is exactly what happens unless somebody is.
It might get a bit drafty, but I want to see out, and I want to be able to look at the cargo area.
No, we wouldn't want it to get cold in here, would we?
No. I mean, it's the best vantage we've got to look down at the cargo area.
But there's only one of the cargo containers that's open. The damaged one, is that right?
Well, there's as you smash it, that this is the perfect segue to be able to go and see it. So let me get the
I
map.
just want to see if I can see one of these mutant shark things running about. How somebody's shot the gun.
Right. So you see that the hold closest to you from looking down from that vantage point looks like it has its. It looks like the cover on it is kind of folded up a bit. It looks like it's bent over. There's certain access. You don't see any light coming out from that area at all. The middle hold, you do see that it is open all the way down there, but again, it's rather deep. So the holds are multi-leveled. They're not. It's not just like you go in and you see the floor. So, even from the distance where you are, you would also just see shadows over an opening. Again, no light seems to be coming out at all.
And so you've got crane 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's the end one that's damaged, isn't it?
Yeah, the crane itself is damaged, and but the cover of the hold is intact.
So the middle one's open, the hole.
Yes.
The first one's buckled.
A bit. Yes, it looks like it's.
Don't see anything else.
No, you do see that there are the protrusions from the deck that would kind of house the staircases to go down into the holds.
Oh, okay.
You do see those things, so there's a way to access them without
From the
jumping through
deck.
this big hole in the floor.
So
The big holes are used for the cranes to bring in and out.
Oh
cargo.
yeah, I can see him now. Yeah.
Our mobiles are dead, aren't they? There's no
no signal.
signal.
Unless they got a USB here. I doubt it.
I'm gonna check over the radio, see if it's repairable.
Okay, yeah, so that's good. Go ahead and you can make me a if you have a science, engineering, or mechanical repair.
I have electrical repair and electronics.
I like that. Go ahead.
Which would you prefer?
Uh,
My electrical repair is better than my electronics.
okay, electrical repair I think is appropriate because you want to see if it's repairable.
Okay. Come on.
And while he's doing that, I want to be looking around for maybe some kind of logbook that
Oh,
a radio operator would have used.
Yeah,
If
you
there was
don't
one.
find any logbooks here that are radio. Actually, let me. You know what? It might be.
I'm gonna spend 7 looking
Yeah,
at.
there would be a. So you can go ahead and make me a spot hidden roll as well.
Uh-oh.
Dennis, look.
I spent the look.
Oh, you could spend the luck. All it's really going to tell you is that given enough time and materials, anything is repairable. But you think it would just be easier to put in a new radio equipment here at this point with the extent of the damage, meaning, you know, it's damaged to the point where it's not going to be a couple of hours with, you know, electrical tape and morettes.
Yeah.
It'd just be easier to gut this whole thing and put a new radio in.
In which case, do I think I can wire up my satellite phone to it, to the comms array?
Ooh.
So, I think that the type of electronics in your satellite phone might be slightly different than what's available here.
They're different types of equipment, aren't
Also, the power, you'd still have to power it somehow. I mean, if you were to have rolled a 1 in 100, there might be some result, but no, you don't think that it's something that would, you know, it's a 1 in a million or a 1 in, you know, like type of thing to be able to do something like that.
Okay.
But I mean, you still have a radio on your ship, right? So that's.
Well, I'll crack open my the case of the satellite phone and just see if I can see if it's working. See if if I can get a signal off it anyway.
Yeah, you know what? Over here, let's make this a hard luck roll.
Hard luck.
Hard luck.
My luck is not so good anymore. Oh no.
Yeah, not. I mean, you know, possibly the satellites aren't in the right location now. Possibly later on.
The stars are not right.
No, maybe not. But,
Right, I felt my.
but maybe your
spot hidden roll.
satellite phone has a flashlight on it, so you know, could be good for that.
Yeah, all good, all good. I failed my spot
Use the
hidden roll,
damn
but
torches.
I'm gonna spend 8 luck to make that a success.
Well, with the success, you would find remnants of logbook or a book, like papers that are shredded and torn about.
Okay.
But, you know, yes, you would have some indications of, like, let's say, it looks like could be date and time, which are indeterminate, and writing that isn't English.
Yeah, the thing I'm looking for is whether or not a Mayday was ever sent. That's kind of what I'm looking for. No
I see.
sign of anything like that.
No, you wouldn't have
Okay.
found that.
Okay.
But it should be if there is, it should be last thing on the log, surely.
Yeah, but there's all the papers, I guess, are kind of scattered around. We're not quite sure which one is the last one.
But I would say that you definitely, with all of the searching that you have done around here and your luck rolls, you definitely would find traces of blood inside the radio room around the damaged areas in the radio. You do find traces of blood. But oddly enough, you found no blood at all in the wheelhouse.
This is getting weirder.
There's no like vents or roof access or anything like that. Is there? Or floor or any other access?
There might be. I mean, not roof access or something. You may have, you know, piping and tubing, and again for the CO2 fire suppressant systems and stuff. But
Nothing that somebody's gonna get
nothing
in.
that would indicate no other way. I mean, you have the doors, you know, to the port and starboard, which will take you to the outside balcony area where you can then access, you know, outside, but nothing.
No other exits At the
No,
ridge.
there are doors to a balcony area around the wheelhouse. So kind of, we could say even when Matthew was smashing that window out, he realizes, oh, there's a balcony. I just could have gone by the door to go out, and and when you did that, that's where you had the better vantage point of seeing around.
I wanted to get rid of some of my frustration on the window.
Exactly. We know that one hand is holding the knife, the other hand holding the club, and the third hand is holding the axe. That's all good.
Got that. I've got the frozen hand
Yeah.
That's right.
sticking out of my jacket. Well,
Well, there's no fucking logbook here or anything. You found anything?
No, there's nothing.
Better be
This
something
radio
somewhere.
shot.
I think we can safely say that the ship is secure now, and we can get the Ashley and Liz to come on and check the hold.
Yeah, we can go and play a game in the rec room.
Yeah, we'll go
Wait,
and play. We'll go and play a board game.
Go play.
I understood that they were actually checking the holds while you were checking over here. You haven't heard from them in a while.
Like,
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
well, I want to go and check out the engine room. Anybody coming with me?
Well, it doesn't look like there's
Yeah.
anything up here, is there?
Nobody goes anywhere alone.
Okay. So the engine rooms, you'd have to access them from the lower area of the boat. You don't have any way to get to them from the superstructure.
No.
So that would be, going down the staircase to the lower hold, and then you have corridors that would go in to that area.
Sure.
Into the hole, then, is it?
I mean, maybe we can get some power on or something. Let's get some
Yeah.
fucking lights. Yeah, maybe we can stop being quite so jumpy.
And so as the party members move down the staircase through the ship, go outside, breathing now this fresh air. It's mid-afternoon. There's still plenty of light in this afternoon sun. The air is crisp. It's nice for you to kind of get that breath of fresh air after spending time inside, these rooms that are kind of unventilated. So getting out and breathing the air is kind of nice after spending some time in the superstructure. And we'll say that you head down through the staircase that is hugging the wall of the superstructure. And although it doesn't show kind of immediately where it is, it's because the hold actually is a little bit offset. And you could see here there's some light coming in through a partially open opening where the hold is in the roof of it, the ceiling. But it is rather dark. So you will need to use your flashlights because there is very little illumination. Now, are you going to be stopping on level 1 of the hold to look around, or are you going down to hold level 2?
Are there controls? There must be controls somewhere for opening the holds, opening the covers of the holds.
Yes, that would stand to reason.
Shall we see if we can open them?
Again, you have no power here whatsoever. There's been no power at all.
Yeah, I was just wondering if there's it can be manually overrode, or probably not.
I mean, it's quite possible you could do some sort of engineering, but again, these would be rather large, heavy. It wouldn't be. They wouldn't be something that
No.
a crank system would be able to open.
Unless we got Daniel to do it.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to show off all the time.
So we'll say as
what
you go
time of day
down,
are we at currently?
mid-afternoon.
We should probably just see how long this takes and then maybe wrap it up and head back to our boat for the evening. Unless you want to spend your night out here camping.
Oh yeah, no, and it's certainly not
Your ship.
anywhere close to being dark yet. I mean, you
Yeah,
just
no,
ran
but,
up
like,
and down a couple of stairs.
Just so
It's
we're
not-
aware of time rather than ending up running up into the late evening when it's pitch black outside.
Yeah.
So
Mark,
as
you
you
muted.
oh,
I checked my watch. How long have we actually been on the ship now? The reason I'm
I don't
asking is
think
because
you-
I told our captain not to send a message about our find for 6 hours.
and it would not be anywhere close to that. It would be closer
Okay.
to an hour and a half, I believe.
Okay.
And so as you walk down to hold level 1, you would see that there are quite a few container areas that are you wouldn't have, like, let's say they're more sectional holds of rooms for storing maybe different items or things belonging to different people. So this is not an open area so much as there are doors. I'm not sure if you're going to go into each one at this level. If you were heading straight down to the engine room, it would certainly not be on this level. It would be the one below this level.
Well, we need power, don't we? Like you say, we need power if we're going to be able to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, judging by the state of the wheelhouse, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to steer the fucking thing, but we could maybe get some power on, maybe get the radio working, or
Get some heat or get
The heat.
get some functionality.
yeah.
Okay, so as you then go down to the hold on level 2, it is even darker down here. For everybody who still has a light source, let's make another luck roll to see if the batteries are continuing to be inside them. So I know you at least all have, between the 2 flashlights that you've already found and everybody's cell phone, you all have at least one light source.
Oh, I still, yeah.
Okay, so so Dennis, it looks like you've lost your light source.
It does.
All right,
You
but
want-
again, you
My
remember
mobile.
that there are first aid kits all around the area. So if you happen to see that you're kind of on one or trying to pass one, you can kind of
Yeah, 'cause we found
go check to
flashlights
see if
and
there's
those, right?
emergency lighting in there.
Oh, I have got one that Matthew gave me. Is there a flashlight in that?
I think
First
I
aid?
took. But yeah, because I've got 2 first aid kits, isn't I?
Yeah.
Was
No,
it-
there's no. The first
Yeah.
aid kits you're carrying
walnut
don't
one.
have flashlights in them, but the ones that are bolted on the
Oh,
ship
right.
door would have.
Oh, you can borrow my mobile, but don't check the messages I've been sending Liz. Especially.
Well, he
the
was just
pictures-
asking for a torch, but yeah, now we know to put you on some kind of list.
I should furiously check the messages then.
Especially the pictures.
Don't worry, they'll be all over Facebook later.
Mhm.
Just go,
As soon as we get a signal.
that exist.
So as you come down to the lower level of hold 1, you notice here it's a lot more of an open area. So you notice that there are containers and pallets and that are all like kind of stored neatly and stacked neatly in rows. And you know that you have to head to the stern side to get to the engine room. And so while you're mucking about, why doesn't everybody make me? We'll do 2 rolls for this. We're gonna do spot hidden, and we're gonna do dexterity rolls.
Oh.
Do Dex first. Oh my god, my Dex is terrible. Oh, I passed. Excellent.
All right, so let's see. First of all, spot hidden rolls. Who got a hard success or better?
I think I got an extreme. I have to go back.
Extreme.
I have to go back and check.
I got a massive.
Yeah, Dodge got that extreme. 11.
Okay, so for the spot hidden, who got a success?
Nope.
No spot hidden successes.
Oh, I got a
I
regular.
accidentally rolled
No.
stealth for my spot.
Oh.
Door.
Never.
All
No,
right.
So failed spot hidden, but made my deck.
So
But you
I,
made your dex.
Yeah,
Sorry?
likewise.
I got an extreme spot hidden.
Noise.
Okay, and who got who failed dex?
Okay.
I failed, but can I spend luck? 6 points.
You wouldn't know why this is necessarily happening. But so I understand, Matthew, you got an extreme spot hidden success
Mm-hmm.
and you failed your dex. So as you guys are looking around and heading towards the engine, out of the corner of your eye, you noticed that there was something looked like that there's currently a tarp that is just laying across the floor that you could have sworn was covering something just minutes ago. Like as you came down, you noticed that area had a tarp covering, some sort of maybe pallets, a package, something. You noticed that you could swear that tarp that's on the floor now was covering something prior to that. And as you come to that realization, you see Dan stumbles and falls and yells out, and you turn around to head towards him. You also stumble and fall, like right in that same area where you are. There's something blocking your way, like a tangle of I don't know, material, maybe meat, maybe some of the meat came out just in the area on the floor. There's a whole pile. And as you both go down on kind of hands and knees as you fall, you could feel that your hands are in this tangle of meat that is not properly in the refrigerated areas. It's not boxed up properly or anything like that. And
Demon.
you guys get up, so make your sanity rolls.
Man meat.
There's
Sanity.
demon everywhere.
Oh,
You might better more clearly define that, John.
yeah.
Oh,
I can't, but
wow.
I've got really high sanity as well.
You
That's
do, but it's
But not that high.
not high enough.
Can't stand the sight of man meat.
So, you lose 1 point of sanity only,
Missed by 2%.
and so you will lose 6 points
God
of
damn it.
sanity.
Oh yeah.
So
What?
after
Oh,
6
Particularly
points of
salty
somebody
sanity,
that shit.
you lose it as you come to the realization that this tangle of meat that you fell into is actually a pile of hands and legs and torsos and bodies of people. And
Oh shit.
The crew.
Yeah, I found the crew.
and I think that
Just
is where
throw
we
up.
are going to leave it for today.